Boys, welcome to my first ever ranking on the channel for anything Apex Legends related. I've seen a bunch of rankings for legends, weapons, and more, but I didn't see anything ranked for the amps so far, so I thought it'd be fun to do a tier list on them. And I'm doing this tier list 80 plus hours after pure ranked later. Alright, I'm talking getting terrorized by 30-30 skull piercers and RE45s with a side of arc snares to wash it all down with. Every freaking day live. I be on Apex suffering! And hey, I stream the game pretty frequently, so if you guys ever see me live on YouTube or Twitch, you can just stop by, say what's up, say hi. You know, I love talking to you all. You can even, if you don't like the video, just stop by and tell me how wrong I am. And don't worry, you're in safe hands. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm a bit of an Apex enjoyer. But without further ado, let's get right into number 5. In 5th place, I'm gonna have to give it to the Power Booster amp. Now hold on, put the arc snare down. As a small disclaimer, I don't think any of the amps are weak by any means. I think all 5 are incredibly powerful, and a lot of the amps are just situationally stronger than the other ones. But these placements are taken into consideration not just general situations, but also every single legend in the game. So that means not just the meta or the strong ones like Ash, but all of them, including Seer, Octane, just anybody. So I have to take every single character into account here. And because of that, sometimes this amp can give you an incredible amount of power if you put it on somebody like Ash. But on somebody like Octane, I mean, half of the kit doesn't even work for you. You can't use the tactical any quicker than it already is. And you know, you get some ultimate value with the pad, but I mean, come on. Come on. So in summary, yes, if you are just sitting on the strongest of the strongest legends, it's going to get you way more power than this placement says. But if you're just playing some normal legend or like kind of an average or ad kind of legend, you're probably not going to get as much value out of this compared to the other amps you could be using or the other legends you could be using this amp with. But quick side note, if you slap this on somebody like Ash, Alter, Caustic, Bang, Vantage, or Revenant, to name a few, you can just be such a menace with all the gimmicks that those legends have. For example, if you get on Revenant and you grab the -5 tack cooldown perk, you can literally get a 11-second cooldown rev dash, which is just, I mean, good luck to anybody that's trying to run away from you, man. It's done. And even if somebody's chasing you, they are not catching you with this as long as you play it good. Like, you're just gonna get out of there on this legend. It's insane. And don't even get me started about if you happen to be a Vantage main and you get your hands on this amp. This thing with some alt accelerants, I mean, you're just going to be giving everybody a lot off the top. I'm not even going to say a little off the top. You will just terrorize the entire battlefield. You'll have your alt up so frequently, and if you can hit your shots, you can get the easiest knocks I've ever seen this legend be able to get this season. It's just so quick. It comes back really, really quick with this amp, so it's really nice for her. For 4th place, I have the infinite ammo amp. This one's really cool because, I mean, it gives you unlimited ammo. You ever been playing with randoms and they just vacuum up all the loot in the area, run off, go fight, get vaporized in 0.3 seconds, and they just leave you standing there with like 12 light ammo in a dream? Well, if at some point in the game you can get your hands on the unlimited ammo amp, for just the cost of 2 inventory slots sacrificed, you don't have to worry about ammo anymore for the rest of the game if you keep it. And since you take up less space in your inventory with only 2 slots needed for ammo, that gives you more room to carry things like heals and explosives, so that you and your teammates and every other team within a 500-meter radius can just terrorize the team with bad positioning in the ring with like a billion nades. You're just doing your due diligence as an Apex citizen. Also, as a Bocek fan, this thing gives the Bocek unlimited ammo, and I think that's so cool. Now, what's costing this amp a higher placement though is that, I mean, ammo is literally everywhere. And with this weapon meta mostly being around the 30-30, Peacekeeper, R99, and RE45, pretty much every team that you beat is probably gonna have the ammo type you need, at least one of them. As for the 30-30 in particular, since everyone apparently just spawns with one with skull piercers instantly this season, it just doesn't cost much ammo to run at all. You could get away with like 1 to 2 stacks of heavy ammo and you're good to go. Also, if you need ammo, you can always just loot different areas, loot the area you're at, use a crafter, use a weapon cache. You could also just see if your teammate could give you some ammo. But of course, it still can happen where you just don't have ammo whatsoever, and especially in the early to mid game, if you can get your hands on this thing, it can be incredibly helpful. In third place, this is probably going to be the easiest one for me to explain, but I'm going to be putting the over armor amp here, simply because it just makes you more tanky, and it helps mitigate the absolute raw power of certain dangerous weapons in the meta right now. For example, instead of getting 2-tapped by a full hit from a PK twice, you need to get hit 3 times by like 2 full hits and maybe like a partial hit from it for you to actually get knocked. A Kraber can't one-tap you to the head, so it takes 2 shots from a Kraber to knock you, and the ever so humble 30-30 can no longer 2-tap you if they do a fully charged headshot and a quick non-charged up headshot. It'll do 200 and you'll still have 25 HP left, which ain't much, but it's honest work, and definitely beats getting knocked. So the main upside to this thing is just that it flips around a lot of interactions from the meta weapons right now, taking usually an extra bullet at the minimum to stop you, which can be the absolute difference between you winning a gunfight and getting sent back to the lobby. But unfortunately, that's where the benefits stop. Everything else from here is just kind of unfortunate because you gave up infinite resources not choosing these other amps, or at least more efficient resources, and it can be slightly more resource intensive since you have to spend an extra shield to fully heal up the shields if you happen to be using cells to heal up. And this thing's definitely at its strongest when you're at the lower ranks. At higher ranks, these people might just beam you out of existence with the red Evo. Some people's aim are just on another level at higher ranks. And you know, other people are using third-party software of sorts to go ahead and aim for them. I'm just saying. But you know, I ain't gonna say too much. On to the next one. For second place, we've got Bottomless Batteries amp, and this one's pretty straightforward. For just the cost of having 2 batteries in your inventory, you have unlimited batteries, like you'll never run out. And I mean, you're gonna be batting a lot, unless you're Neo from the Matrix, unless you're freaking Ultra Instinct Goku or the one above all, you're probably gonna get hit at some point. And because you have unlimited batteries, you have unlimited poke potential as long as you don't get beamed so badly that your health starts going away too. And the reason I put this amp above the infinite ammo amp is while yes, you'll be likely sacrificing more total inventory slots with this one than the other one, it cuts down having to look for any more bats, which is way less common than ammo, since ammo's usually all over the place, but you're not just gonna stumble into bats 24/7. And this amp can carry through the early to mid game easily and be super helpful at the end game, while also giving you more space in your backpack just like the infinite ammo for things like ammo, health heals, and explosives. And I do want to say, if you do just go into a match and instantly you have like a ton of bats, you can very easily switch the places of this amp with the infinite ammo amp. The only reason this one is higher is it is just way more likely that you'll find ammo before you find batteries in this game, based off their spawn rates and the amount of sources you can get batteries from to begin with. As for the best amp in the game, in my opinion, it has to be the Overflow Healer. For the cost of just 1 shield cell or 1 syringe, instead of healing their respective stat for 25 health or shield, they instead over time will heal 100% of their respective stat. So a syringe will heal 100% of your health and a shield cell will heal 100% of your shield, which is just incredibly efficient. And unlike Bottomless Battery, it's just gonna apply to both your shields and your health. And the most important part of it is just that it's always useful at any point in the match. It's incredibly handy in the early game since you'll probably have a lower amount of heals, and that means each small heal that you do have is gonna get way more value than usual. Mid game is gonna do the same thing, and it can also help you apply pressure and be healing at the same time if you're managing to damage your enemy and not take hits in return. And even during the late game, it's either gonna allow you to heal up for incredibly cheap, or you'll just heal up really quickly and you'll be able to apply pressure to your opponents while healing up at the same time, which if used properly can be incredibly powerful. But that is gonna do it for the ranking, guys. One thing I want to say is, if there's a specific amp that you use or you like to use and you still feel like it works best for you and you see a lot of success with it, feel free to use that amp regardless of where it landed on this ranking. The reason I say that is different things work better for different people. And for example, some people get absolutely slammed trying to use Mirage, but some people know how to play mind games with Mirage and just have so much skill with the Legend that they could send an entire pro team to the Shadow Realm with the Legend, even though in the grand scheme of things he's not that good. So at the end of the day, this is just a ranking based off my opinion. And at the end of the day, most of these amps are situational anyways. So depending on the situation you're in, they obviously fluctuate in terms of what's better for what. This was just me trying to generalize them as much as possible. But thankfully as a whole, every single one of these amps absolutely slap and are great at the end of the day. Also, let me know if I did good or bad in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. And if you think you could have done a better tier list, comment it down in the comment section down below. Like, order them 1 through 5. Tell me which one would get first, which would get last, etc. As I love to see what you guys put or what you guys think. But with that all being said and done, stay cool, stay awesome, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Also, if you guys want to see any of my live streams, you know I stream pretty frequently on here, so just check on here or Twitch and I'll be there probably, maybe. Stay cool.